Right? Okay. Then we will see what you mean by statistic. As a science students, or there are some management and the art student as well, hopefully. Then they are also learning some sciences. The statistic of the also is the one of the science. In that science, something different from the others, the main purpose is to making decisions. But there are two conditions. That two conditions are under uncertainty and the variability. That's why I am at the here say there is a may say limitation is not universal is true. That there is some uncertainty can be happen. Right? Then there is also variability, that's something varying. Then you are on the same study, if you are run by 2 persons under 2 investigation, but they are obtained sometimes 2 different answers. That's why I say variable. Even though those answers are closed, but from the at least some point of view, that will vary. There is something variability or the variation happen, that decision. In this science is used to the getting the decision, those two conditions. Then the mainly statistic has 2 branches, or that's are 2 components under descriptive statistic and the inferential statistics. Descriptive statistic, inference statistic. Through this course unit, we are mainly going to focus descriptive statistic and get the decisions based on the descriptive methods and then how to interpret those. When you come into the second year or third year, during these courses, we are touching to the advanced part in the inference. There are something go beyond that, but some of the things we are going to cover later on. Right? Then we will see what you mean by those 2 cases. Did you heard the word population? Huh? Anyone have idea on population? Sample. Those are the something the every time when you are listening, you are watching, you can be here and watch it. And sometimes you are ignored to that situations. Population study, sample study, some collecting information. Anyone, can you say that you are ignored to the collect information under any study for your colleagues or public situation? Anyone having experience? No? Sometime during the last years, the COVID situation, they collect some information by using questionnaire that forms you are already filling. When you are getting the vaccinated, you have to fill the some form. That is some way of collecting information. Then from that done, we can be using some part of analysis if you want. Huh? We will see what you mean by population and what you mean by sample. In the here big circle, I am say that the population. Before going to that one, I will get some example. Here, say, I want to measure the average height of the first year student. This is my question. I want to find the average height of first year students. Then someone can say that who are the students in all to this study? This is my problem. Everybody can see this, no? This is my problem. Who are the students going to enroll to this study? Someone can give answer? Who are the student? Quickly. Want to find the average height of first year student. From whom I am going to collect information or I am going to measure the height. That's the question, simple. Huh? Who are they?
From first year students?
From first year student. Whether it is your group or other group, or can you suggest exactly all the object or all the characters in order to this study? That is first year student means you have to define here. Say first year student at UW, I am say that to define the clearly. That is who are they? All the first year students who are registered at the university. No? Then that is say your batch contain 1,400 students, 1,300 something whole batch, 1,400 students. Right? And this is, I am called as the populations to the study. Right? After you having the problem, according to problem, you have to define what is the correct population. All the characters or all the object who are involved to that study, who are coming under that study, given study. Study to study population can be a vary. On the other hand, same population can be applied for the different studies. Right? Is that clear? Same population applied to the minimum study in similar manner. The question to questions also population will vary. Right? Sometime then I have some limited time. Right? I have the limited time. I have difficult. I don't have some measure time to get measure all the student height. In that time, I select some group of student from your batch. Right? I select some set of group of student. Say I select the IIT students, 100 level. Say 102 student. Out of say the here population is say 1,400. Out of the 1,400, I select the 102 students for my sample, for my study. That is called as the sample. Is it clear? Yes or no? Out of the population, I select some group. That is something IIT group. There are some bias also. That's the 102 students. Or otherwise, without going to the bias into any degree program, I can select 102 random student to my sample. Random student. Right? That imply that the some are coming under IIT, some are coming under SCT, some are ENM, some are STO, like quite different degree, but they are represented. There is no gender balance, although some are male, some are female. Right. This is the another possible way to select the sample. This is the one sample. Then also you can be get this sample in somewhere in here. Right? But in addition to that, I can be select the another way of the sample or other when you are in the sun in the other student, they will select the for the day is today 102 student. All the cases my sample number is same from Blue Sapphire Hostel. Then I will select the another way of the 102 student. Hundred and two any students at UW. There are 4 type of sample. Here say sample 1. Okay, this is the sample 2. And this is the sample 3. This is the sample 4, right? I decided 4 samples. And this is the IIT student. And this is random 102 students, any student. This is the Blue Sapphire student. This is the any student at UW. Right? There are 4 types of sample. Someone can say that out of the 4 sample, what are the possible or what is the possible sample or samples to achieve my target? Did you got my questions? I define 4 different sample. The sample can be applied to here. Out of the 4 sample, you can be suggest what are the possible sample or samples to achieve my target. Any answer? Quickly. Huh? Sample 1, 2, 3, or 4. Or all 4. Hmm? What do you mean by random student? In the first year student, I am saying that there are 1,400 students. Out of the 1,400 students, I'll pick up the any student. I don't know whether the student coming under IIT group or the MRT group or whatever the group. I say just the looking at the some numbers, I will pick up. I will go to your registration and then pick up the random numbers. The any student means then anyone come into this university, I can be select whether that is a first year student or third year student. I don't know. Second year student likewise. Huh? How you decide that? Hmm? What can you say? When you look at the sample number 1, 2 and sorry, sample number 1. Give me 1 minute. Okay, when you look at the sample 1, 3 and 4, all 4 I draw within the population. Can you see that? But in the sample 2, some part are inside, some part are outside. What is meaning of that? In the sample 2, I say that's any student. It can be contain first year student, second year student, third year student, or fourth year student, or sometimes postgraduate student. But what is my questions? My interest is not to measure the other student. Only my interest is to measure the first year student height. Is that correct population? Others? No. That's why this sample is some part are coming outside the box. When you are select the populations, then you have to clearly define what? The sample should be always coming under the population, not the outside. Then we cannot use this sample for our study. Why it is that? In that case, there are outside the box people are here. That the good point? Did you get my point? But either blue sapphire student or in the any random student or here IIT student. They all are under the population. I can use this any sample. If the same study run by 3 students, that 3 students select this 3 different way. And they obtain the 3 different results, but sometimes those results are close to each and other, but at the point that will be. That's why I am saying that there is a variation happen between the case to case. The same case run by 3 different purpose, 3 different students or 3 different investigators. They are decided, they are select, they are sample in the 3 different way. I cannot say guarantee that they are decide the same sample. But when you look at the 3 sample, what can you say about all the 3 sample? These are the years coming under population. But when you look at the sample number 4, in the blue sapphire, only the girls are staying there. That the sample contain all the girls. All students are girls. But in that case, what happened? There are some bias. We are unable to find the actual figure. But I am not going to interest even the girls or boys. I am saying just the first year student. That contain not only girls, it need to be contain all the boys as well. So we are required a boys representative. You have to think when you are running the any study, decide correct student and the correct information. But in the sample number 1, that's a IIT student. That's a one way of the bias for some certain degree program. But it is not the problem for this according to the problem. According to this problem, sometimes it may be a problem for the another study. Say I am going to ask him, what is your level of satisfaction quantitative reasoning subject? If I select the 100 student from the IIT degree, then all the things are depend on the IIT student only. I cannot get what are the perfects or what are the attitude about the other student. But in the when for this type of study, like a measuring height, it is not the problem. But if not, this is the something like this sample is the bias. But the sample number third, this is the without bias sample. That is the very proper sample. Without any bias, we can be wrong. That's any student. The boys or girls, so they are representing any degree. Whether we don't know whether they are short or height, long or likewise. Okay, is that clear? How we decide population according to problem. From the population, how we select the sample. Later we are going to discuss how we are select the sample. That's we are called as the sampling technique. I will come into the later. Right? Then, if you are getting the decision based on this sample information, we are called as a descriptive statistic. Right? If you are getting the decision based on the sample data, this is the descriptive. Then, these sample information, when you are going to generalize into the population, that is called as the inferential statistic. That's the difference. If I get the decision based on sample, that is the descriptive. It is generalized, or based on this one, we are going to talk about what happened to the population. But if I just take the sample, just telling the sample information, not is enough. Our interest is to talk about the population. Because of something limitation, we are only consider for the sample. Then every time you are required to remember it, it is need to discuss about the population as well. Huh? Then next slide also mentioned that what you mean by population, sample, descriptive, and the inference. Anything up to now? This is a sum of the researcher is interested to find the monthly milk production in Sri Lanka. This is some interesting question. Can you define the population for this study? Someone can define population for this study? Researcher is interested to find the monthly milk production in Sri Lanka. So quickly answer. කට්ටිය නිදිද?
Madam, milk farmers in Sri Lanka.
Milk farmers in Sri Lanka. Any other answers? Say something, say animal farmers, milk production companies. All milk production companies in Sri Lanka. Any other answers? In here, I have not defined whether it's a company or whether it is an individual or whether it's a small farm or big farm, or I'm not interested in that. I just want the monthly milk production Sri Lanka. How are you going to find it? From whom I am going to collect the information? When you look at the previous problem, I want to measure the average height of first year student. In this case, I collect the student information from the student. Those who are coming under first year, that is my object or that is my character. Right? Then think about from whom I am get the measurement. To find the here, my interest is to milk production. Who are producing milk? Huh? Farmer or cow? Huh? Who are produce? Milk produced by cow. But from the cow, we cannot collect the information. The cow has an owner. Owner be a farmer or the company or some agency likewise. But our unit or our character to collect the measure the information, that is we are say statistical unit to the study. The statistical unit is in this situation, who are they? Cows. But in the previous case, first year student. Then because of we are unable to get the information from the cow, we are select the farmers or likewise to get the information. But our population is all milk producing cows in Sri Lanka. Okay. Sometimes we are unable to find the list of cows who are available in Sri Lanka. Some are already registered in the animals and husbandry divisions, in the district wise or the Pradesh district secretaries wise or Gram Nidari wise. But sometimes the data are not available. That is not the problem, but we have to define what is the correct population. Right? In that time, that is a spread in the island wide. We have to different to execute this type of study in the island wide because of they are in the each and everywhere. We cannot go to that one then to cover the every point. Right? Then we are selecting some sample or we are covering some area or maybe some we are covering different area or sometimes our study is limited into the some companies or some agency. According to that, we can decide what is the sample. Then when you are selecting the sample, you can be decided how we are going to select the sample based on the available our resources and the scope. Okay. Then according to problem, clearly identify what is your populations. That is the very important. From the population, we can be decided what is the desired sample. Right? Okay. Hopefully you will got the idea, right?